Good evening. A petition seeking to stop the Maharlika Investment Fund rollout and eventually to declare it unconstitutional has been filed before the Supreme Court. Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel and three former Bayan Muna lawmakers Nery Colmenares, Carlos Zarate, and Ferdinand Gaite filed the 59-page petition on Monday. The petitioners asked the Supreme Court to take the four actions against the MIF. These requests are to immediately stop the implementation of Republic Act No. 11954 or the MIF Act of 2023, give due course to the petition, set oral arguments, and declare MIF Act of 2023 unconstitutional and void. The plea recalls the swift passage of the MIF and that Congress disregarded correct legislative steps under the 1987 Constitution. According to the petitioners, both the House and Senate bypassed several legislative processes when they supposedly meddled with an already approved bill. This as changes were made to the MIF bill even after both houses had ratified the proposal and after Congress adjourned its session. The petitioners stressed that the MIF Act requires intense congressional scrutiny, genuine consultation with stakeholders, and a careful study by independent economic experts. President Bongbong Marcos says the National Food Authority's buying prices of palay were increased amid the ongoing rice price cap. The NFA's price of buying palay from local farmers is now at 19 pesos to 23 pesos per kilo for dry palay. The buying price for wet palay, meanwhile, is now at 16 pesos to 19 pesos per kilo. Prior to this, the NFA was buying palay for 19 pesos per kilo according to their website, but it did not specify if it was for wet or for dry palay. Marcos, the concurrent Agriculture Secretary and Chair of the NFA Council, says this was done in response to the changes in market conditions.
Nagtawag ako ng meeting ng NFA Council. Nag-decide kami na ngayon ang buying price ng NFA mula ngayon ay sa dry ay 19 to 23. Ang wet ay magiging 16 to 19.
The original price change proposals were 20 pesos for wet palay and 25 pesos for dry palay, but the NFA explains this was too high and it would increase retail prices. The president says the council came up with a new palay buying price range to give Filipino farmers better income. He also notes the price cap on rice that he says would improve rice prices.
Yun ang aming ginagawa nang masiguro na makapagbigay naman tayo ng magandang hanap buhay sa ating mga magsasaka. Kaya mabuti naman, maganda naman ang production cost naman ng mga farmer ngayon nasa 14-15. So meron na silang pagkikitaan. At bukod pa ron, nandiyan na yung price cap. So para maikalma natin itong nangyayari sa rice prices.
Presidential Communications Office Secretary Cheloy Garafil says her office does not have troll farms or armies. She says this before the Senate Committee on Finance during a hearing on the proposed 2024 budget of the PCO. Senator J.V. Ejercito asks Garafil whether or not the 1,479 contractual employees of her office in 2021 are still employed. To recall, in 2021, then Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon challenged PCO to submit the records of these contractual employees, insisting on calling them trolls.
There were senators that questioned the previous Congress as well, yung 1,479 contractual employees who they see as trolls. Are they still existent?
Wala po. For the record, Mr. Chair, wala po kaming troll. No troll farm, no troll army.
According to Garafil, PCO has 363 employees. Of this number, only one is contractual, while 111 are personnel under contracts of service. Ejercito acknowledges PCO's need to hire more employees for content creation. The committee swiftly approved the proposed 2024 1.9 billion peso budget of PCO and its attached agencies.
We asked yung tungkol sa trolls, issue yun last Congress, but now we understand also that we need to get more employees for content creation, especially we need to disseminate information regarding the accomplishments of the President and the administration.
Opposition Senator Risa Ontiveros is calling for a Senate probe into China's alleged harvesting of corals in Rozul Reef. In a television interview, Ontiveros cites the report of the Armed Forces of the Philippines revealing that coral reefs in Rozul Reef are now gone, saying the issue deserves an investigation. The Philippine Coast Guard earlier backed the AFP's report and confirmed the severe damage of the reefs in Rozul Reef and Escoda Shoal, where Chinese militia frequent. Ontiveros says this problem should be added to our long list of China's debt to our country, as she claims that Beijing dredged our seafloor for their artificial islands within the West Philippine Sea. Meanwhile, in a separate interview, Senator Francis Tolentino says he is saddened by China's alleged harvesting of corals, suspecting it might be a prelude to reclamation. Tolentino adds that if the Philippines is going to file claims and damages, it should be in a tribunal recognized by the United Nations and the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. The Commission on Elections announces that the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections in Negros Oriental will push through and be placed under Comelec control. Comelec Chairman George Garcia says the Barangay and SK elections in Negros Oriental will proceed on October 30, adding that it would be the first time that the province will be placed under Comelec control. Garcia, however, says that the declaration may still change over time. According to Garcia, nothing much would change in terms of the services of the local and national government. He explains that the final say belongs to the Comelec. Under Comelec Resolution number 10757, the poll body's control can be raised in an area due to politically motivated violence. Negros Oriental has witnessed violence linked to politics, including the assassination of Governor Roel Degamo in March. Comelec is also set to hold a special elections in Negros Oriental on December 9 to replace expelled Negros Oriental Representative Arnie Teves. Teves is said to be the mastermind behind Degamo's murder, as well as several other incidents of political killings in the province. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Irvin Santiago ng Bandera. Irvin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Diretsahang inamin ng megastar na si Sharon Cuneta na meron siyang pinatanggal sa kanyang katawan para mas ma-achieve ang pinakaasam na body figure. Inamin ni Ate Shawi na sumailalim siya sa isang surgery kung saan inalis ang mga ekstrang balat sa braso na naglabasan ng mabawasan ang kanyang timbang. Ayon sa premyadong actress-singer, gusto raw niyang ibalik ang dati niyang katawan noong gawin niya ang pelikula nila ni Senator Robin Padilla na Maging Sino Ka Man. Hindi rin daw ikinahihiya ni Mega ang pagpapatanggal sa kanyang mga extra skin, lalo pat para naman ito sa kanyang sarili at sa kanyang mga loyal Sharonians. Sabi pa ng wife ni former Senator Kiko Pangilinan, hindi naman niya na-achieve ang katawan niya ngayon ng overnight lamang dahil 7 taon din niya itong pinaghirapan. Bawas sa paglapang at matinding disiplina raw talaga ang ginawa niya nitong mga nagdaang taon. Ipinaliwanag naman ni Mega kung bakit kailangan niyang ipatsugi ang mga extra skin sa kanyang katawan matapos mabawasan ng mahigit 100 pounds. Dagdag pa ni Ate Shawi, hindi pa niya totally nagigets ang target niyang timbang kaya tuloy pa rin ang kanyang weight loss journey.
I still have a ways to go. I want to go back to my figure na maging sino ka. Yeah, it's a few more pounds, but I've lost more than 100 pounds over 7 years. Yes. Because I lost so much weight, over 100 pounds. Naturally, masaging yung skin. So, I had arm surgery. Nagpatanggal ako ng balat. Kasi ang payat-payat ko na, ang laki pa nung balat, ang pangit. So, pinatanggal lang yung extra skin. Yun lang.
At yan ang Bandera Chika natin today. Thanks, Neil!
Maraming salamat sa Irvin. Here's the latest roundup of today's top stories. Petition seeking to stop the Maharlika Investment Fund rollout and declare it unconstitutional filed before the Supreme Court. Philippine Coast Guard releases videos confirming extensive damage in the seabed of Rozul Reef and Escoda Shoal, areas frequented by Chinese militia. And the buying price of palay hiked amid the ongoing implementation of price cap on rice. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.